Right, welcome back. Took him out for a quick little toss before. Tell you what, this is not going well. This is where we got hammered last time. Let me shut this in here behind us. Daughter's over there. Hi, Autumn, wave. We got a new puppy, which I might show you later as well, so that's been keeping me quite busy. These are the 29 or so birds that made it back. And I also noticed yesterday we dropped 2 birds, and one of them actually come back just before. See if we can get a good shot of her. Look, birds are coming in. There's another one. These ones got split up. They're coming in singles. Here they are. This bunch bet me home, but that second bunch has been split up. Have a look at this little hen here. She's one from yesterday. She's actually got a hole in her throat. Look at that. Absolutely. Like, I just don't know what's going on, to be honest. A lot of people can sit there and judge and say, oh, you're losing birds and oh, you whatever. But these birds are getting absolutely hammered. There seems to be getting more and more birds into this section with injuries, stuff like that. That injury could be from a falcon actually trying to, so when they actually grab the birds, they go for their throat and their neck and try and kill them like that. So that little hen though, the back there, daughter of Leo, paired to the Street Fighter hen, the only one we've bred like that. Super tough little hen. I was actually really devastated yesterday that she hadn't turned up. The fact that she's here today with a massive hole in her throat, I don't even know how food's actually going down. So I'm going to make sure she's drinking properly. I don't know what I can do to that, to be honest, but she's a super little hen. She's only young, but I've been trying to hold her off around about that 10 kilometers, and then when she's a little bit older we might race her. But yeah, she made it back. We've still got a fair few birds to come back, probably another 20 or so. Something's happened. They've been split up again, which is a bit of a pain. Another really interesting thing as well, not all of them are back here at the moment, but if you guys remember last year during the race season, we had the yellow team, which are these birds with the yellow rings on it. So there's one there. I've actually got them all. I haven't lost any of them yet, which is very interesting because they're all being tossed. So what I'm actually doing, I've started to pair some more birds up, and I'm going to try and follow what I did there. I just call them a yellow team, so we're going to come up with some kind of name for it. There's another one there as well. They've been doing super well, actually better than some of the old birds. So I probably will go into what we've done with these guys at the moment. It is reasonably warm again today, just hot and humid, and you know, birds, yeah, they've still got a little bit work to go, but we'll definitely get there. I don't think I've lost any of the hop auction frank birds yet, because they were all here yesterday. They all come back in. We were just getting singles all night, and I'd say probably going to be the same today as well, which is pretty devastating. What I might do is just put the camera down quickly, and I'm going to move that hen into this section over here, so she can be in the hospital with the rest of them. So I have got her in here. We'll probably see if I can get a bit of light on the situation when she turns her head, but she doesn't like really being filmed at the moment. She's doing pretty well. I think she's going to be fine. I wish she'd turn so we can see the hole in the throat, but not too pretty. So we'll keep a very close eye on her. The rest of these guys are all healing up. There's our little one that come back with the ripped open chest as well. All the birds do well. I give them a few weeks and they're generally quite happy and flying again. The one that we picked up at the cow farm a fair few weeks ago now, that was completely ripped open in 2 spots, and the skin was peeled off all under the wing and everything. That one actually has been in the tosses. It's still here somewhere. It's doing really well. So the birds do bounce back quite quickly. I think that might be it up the back there actually. So one of those first ones to come back. So yeah, it's I don't know what's going on out here. There can't be that many falcons and hawks, honestly. Like, I honestly have no idea. I would like to hear some comments from you guys and let me know what you think. I'm avoiding any kind of mist, fog, smoke from the bushfires. Anything like that will hamper their visibility, so that or their vision. So when they're flying, so hopefully they're actually not hitting anything. That's definitely not a hit. That is something's tried to rip that one's throat open and have for dinner. But she's a tough little hen, that one. So's that guy actually. He made it back. It's just crazy how tough these little pigeons are. You know, we really underestimate them. But it seems to be most of these injuries are happening out there. So I actually have a resident peregrine falcon in this area. but there obviously must be a couple more pairs as we move out, which are going through the birds, and I've got to jump through a couple of hurdles to get here. So what I might do is I'll shut this up. I'll keep a close eye on the birds that come through. I have, and every time I basket, especially this morning, all these ones and all the ones coming, I don't know where they are, I handle them all, check every single wing as I basket them. That's how I found that other hop auction Frank's bird in there as well. I pulled up, checked their wings and realised that he'd been hit. I do that before every single toss, even if it's a short one, just to make sure, because sometimes you can't tell. But you got to be right onto it, I think, especially at the moment. It's just ridiculous. At this rate, I don't know how many birds we're going to have for the race season. Last year we went from 75 down to 28. If you remember last season, we actually had, that was from tossing to the first race. But last season we had probably more injuries actually. So far it hasn't been too bad. I still don't think that's acceptable, but not so bad. We lost a few around the loft last year as well, but I feel like the falcons around the loft have been a lot worse than they previously have been. So I don't know, I can't keep blaming the falcons, but I can't really put my finger on anything else. The birds are getting a hammering, so we're gonna have to see how we go. But for some reason the yellow team, I do want to make a video completely on this yellow team, because I actually have not lost a yellow team bird yet, and they've been on the same amount of tosses as everyone else, and they're all still here. So I need to figure out and put a little video together to explain what that little yellow team is about. Right, so we're waiting for birds to come home. I'll show you there. Everyone keeps asking about my dogs. We had to get rid of one a long time ago. About 2 years ago when my son was too young. It was a bit rough. And Zoe passed away from heart cancer about 5 months ago. And we finally managed to, you know, get another one and sort of be ready for it. So this is Carly, or Callie, however you want to pronounce it. And she is asleep at the moment, but it's probably the only time that she's going to sit still long enough. So you'll definitely see a lot more of her in the videos. But now she's a bit tired, so let's go wait for some more birds, hey? She's a blue English Staffy as well, same as Zoe. Zoe's red, and you are blue. All right, we'll have a quick look now. It's been a little bit more time, and hopefully there is some more back in, but looks like just one black one. Still missing the tiger grizzle. Is she back? No. Oh no, there she is. She's definitely, she was quicker than yesterday. She was a little bit slow. But it's good to see. Some birds, pretty good. They're beating me home. I like driving down the road and seeing all the pigeons sitting on top of the loft, or sort of hanging around, look, just so that they actually are here, which is fantastic. But we've still got another bunch of them that for some reason they just stop. So although half of these are doing really well, I'm probably just going to keep them at that 10 to 12 kilometre mark until I can actually get all of them here beating me. Like yesterday, they'll just slowly trickle in throughout the rest of the day. I have a club meeting tonight, so I won't get to show all these birds in this video coming back. I'll get this one back through. Come on, I just want to shut this section off because I'll make sure there's food in that little tray, so when they come back, because I don't know how long I'll be, club meetings can be short or they can be very long, sort of no in between. So we'll see how we go with that. We'll head over now and have a look what I've been doing over the back there. Because yellow team, that yellow team strategy, I don't know what we're going to call it, but I'd probably call it a yellow team strategy or something, because it's working. There's all those birds are here. They've been on all the tosses. They've actually been on more than these because we took them on a few a little bit last year. But yeah, and that's what we're actually doing over here now. A lot of these birds haven't really had too many babies this year, and they've had quite a substantial break anyway. So the plan is we're going to do one round and take the nest bowls out, leave them paired up, put that one round in, and then we'll train them out. And then when they move into the next section, we'll get these guys in the process of putting in another round, and then hopefully as they move along into the two farthest sections, they'll be out to probably the end of the freeway, 100 kilometers, and the only birds that are left in there will be the ones that can do it. So I've moved in the best hen in here with the Cassat cock. He's been waiting for this for so long, but I tried to do this earlier on, but they started molting, and then I thought, oh, you know what, I'll just wait till we finish molting. So what I'm going to do, I've just paired them up in this box, and then we'll move them on into the other loft probably tomorrow. I just want to make sure that they're fully paired up, and I find that the birds in here, they pair up a lot quicker because it's very private in here for them. In the other one, you've got every other pigeon looking at you, so they generally don't. I've created a new pair today as well. So we've got one of 83's daughters here, which is the one in the front. Absolutely beautiful hen. She's actually part of the yellow team as well, so we've pulled her out. And she's paired up with one of the really nice Gabby cocks that we've got sent over this year. From last season they were bred. Really nice birds. Not expecting too much at the moment. I'm just pairing them up and getting them all in the main loft over here with all the fronts off, and just sort of then we might start dropping some nest bowls in there and see how they go. But she's a really beautiful hen. She produces some nice babies. So a bit of an older hen with a younger cock, so hopefully that combination works pretty well. All right, let's have a look in here. We've only got a couple of pairs set up at the moment. Big Leo's down the bottom there. Just lock this door. I do have four different coloured chip rings coming, so there's about 100 each. So what we'll do is each round of babies that come out, we'll have a coloured chip ring on it, and I'll just move through the sections, having a bit of a tidy up anyway. Let's have a bit of a look in here. Like I was mentioning previous, a lot of the birds starting to come through now, differing pairings, and some of them are those harder day birds and the longer distance ones. So I've put in 83 in here, so he's actually going to get a chance. He only bred a couple of rounds last year and with the best hen and was not very successful, so he's going to have a round or two with New Moon, which is a bit of a mix of Koopman and the Genix as well, so be interesting to see. Both of them very hard birds, they're very tough. That's what we're after. We want to start testing them. And I think she might have a little bit of Leo Hems in it. Really nice bird she is, beautiful type. She's definitely showing interest. So for now I'm just pairing them up. She's definitely paired up. They get along really well. So hopefully we'll get a couple of eggs. No time, no rush really. I just want to get them in, and like I said, I want to get these fronts off so they can all sort of cruise around the loft and have baths, and yeah, I find it a lot easier for them. So Big Leo, he didn't get much of a chance to breed last season anyway. He's sort of looking really good now after the molt, and he's chasing hens left, right and centre. There is only hens in the pens where they're paired up at the moment. He was paired up with the Street Fighter hen for one round, which is the little baby with the ripped open throat, which is like, I'm very impressed considering its age and what it's actually doing, and how it got, like, there's a lot going on for that one to tick a lot of boxes for me. So I'm considering putting in the Street Fighter hen back with Big Leo and get a couple, like a good few rounds out of them, and giving them time to mature, and just we'll race them next year. That's the plan, but hopefully by Christmas we'll have them tossed out to the end of the freeway, or at least 20 kilometres. We just got to try a little bit different this season, because I've done the same as last season, and it's really not successful. It's just too hard on the birds, given we've got the heat, then we've got molting, and then when the birds want to start coming out loft flying, we just can't loft fly because the falcons are out of control. So then we have to get them on the road. That doesn't work out overly successful. So just trying something completely different, and looking at the results with the yellow team, that's also pretty much at the moment 100%. Like, they haven't lost any. So Storm, she's in here. She's finished molting. She might have one flight to go, and she's in here with 3 of a kind. He's a nest mate to the other Gabby cock we've got. He's actually both of the cocks are beautiful birds, but he is ready to breed. So put him with the older hen. Like I said, not really too worried at the moment. Just get them paired up and just enjoy each other, and sort of open up this and let them have the whole loft to themselves, so they can go get all the pink mineral powder and that type of stuff. And if they lay eggs, they lay eggs. I'm not like normal breeding seasons, it's just rush, let's get all the babies out, round, and we train them and all that kind of stuff. I'm taking a really relaxed approach from now on. I think that's how the yellow team was produced, and it's we'll have to watch them, because I will be racing quite a few of those yellow team this season. So the fact that they're already there and there's still 100% of them there, it's looking pretty good. Pair I just put together to see is one of my hens. It's one of 83's daughters. I've got a few of them in here at the moment, and I might bring some more in, paired up with one of my other Cassat cocks we've got. This is a father to the two in the loft, one with a ripped open chest, and the other one that is still in there, but is very impressive. That's probably the most impressive young bird that I've got, for a whole bunch of reasons, and I'll probably go into that if that thing does perform pretty well. But I'm still debating whether we keep it with one of my hens or we put it back with, I've got another different way bred hen that is the mother of the other babies that we were just talking about. They only really raised that one round, so we'll see how they go. We'll just, like I said, just cruise them. We'll just get them in there, get a little bit together and see if any magic happens. And what I did as well, I got the old boy in here. I took Adam's advice. I'm going to give him one more chance. So I've put him in the bottom box because he's a bit old and he doesn't like getting up to the top ones, less stress for him. And we'll just set him up with a hen. There's no pressure with him. You know, she's definitely ready to breed, but you know, he's just a bit slower. They've paired up quite nicely. And we'll just put him down here and just see what happens. Just leave him on the floor. Leave the whole thing open when they're paired up completely and they know where the box is. And just no expectations, just let him cruise, see what happens. He's an old boy. I don't want to put any pressure on him. I think the pressure we put on him before didn't really help, so we'll just put him in the bottom. You know, got him down in the corner here. He's nice and private, and eventually we'll open this up and hopefully take all that pressure off him, and we might get a round of fertile eggs sometime this year. So that hen is set aside for him. She was part of the race team, but because of the way she is bred, she's actually really well bred, this little hen. She will match perfectly with him because they are similar way bred, these two. So that is hopefully. So that is it. No more birds are back yet. I need to get this video edited and up, and I also need to get to the club meeting, which is around about 4 o'clock this afternoon. So I better get a bit of a wriggle on. Stay tuned. I'll have a look at some of these birds tomorrow, get an update on them. Hopefully soon some of these can start moving back out and have a bit of a loft fly. We've got rain tomorrow and the next day, so I'll definitely be getting the birds out for a bit of a loft fly and that. And see you guys soon.